Ba, 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 ba. Brown, brown, brown. Hello. Oh, welcome to my podcast. My podcast. Hello, everyone. Um, it's good to see you all. Hello. Welcome to. Oh, why does it look so weird, Jubsty? Why does it look so weird? Uh, Probably because I'm doing an open podcast. That means, uh, anyone can come join in whenever they want, or maybe never. I don't know. But I don't know. It's a weird thing with like the capture program. Like if I capture it as it is now, like look, if I downsize this image, it has this here. I really wish Discord would get rid of it. Like, yeah, no fucking duh. Like invite you're the only one here inviting friends to start chatting. Choose an activity to play, watch, or collaborate together. Yeah, no fucking dumb, man. Like, what if I make my own server so I could, the whole thing is that I can't record this, right? Can't record the whole green screen effect if I'm not in a voice call. You know what I mean? Or say someone else joins, you know? But unfortunately, it has to be like this, where it's just a big awkward picture of me, and then a tiny little, tiny little picture of myself down there. Um, but it'll change if someone comes in. I doubt it though. I don't know. I hope everyone's doing well though. Hope everyone's been having a good uh, Christmas month and all that. What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, we'll talk about relationships this little episode, shall we? Until someone comes in. So basically, the whole podcast. um, Basically, this is what I understand. Okay, I don't know. I've been having to listen to some pretty shitty relationships lately. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, since who been, but I don't know. It's I. It's mostly my mom. She's in a pretty shitty relationship. You know, and it's not of any like, oh well, it's such a shame that it happens to her. Oh, such a tragedy. Because she also makes it like horrible. You know what I mean? Like I've just seen relationships where it's two people that are just like, I don't know, why are they still together? Like I get a relationship, you have feelings for someone and all that, but if it's not there and you start ending up hating someone, then I don't know. Is it still even a relationship you want to be in? I think so. At least not for me. So if you hear like a little thing in the background, my cat's little toy, like you know. um but yeah, basically that's about it. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of confused with it. Maybe it's because I'm much more of an independent type of person, you know? Or I'm much more I've noticed that I much more rely on friends, you know? Like as long as I have good friends, I don't mind not having a special person in my life. But if I don't have either, then I start to feel like lonely, stuff like that. Well, kinda. I don't know. Kind of lonely, but not really. But I've never understood the relationship thing. Like I understand, wanting a relationship and all that. Don't get me wrong, but I don't understand. Like I don't know. Some people get in like really big fights or arguments and shit like that. It's like, why are you still fucking together? Oh no, and I see sometimes how people in these relationships treat each other, and I'm like, I would never fucking stand for that. Like, I don't care who they are. You do not, you wouldn't do that towards me. I'm a fucking adult. You will, you don't have to respect me entirely, but you're not gonna treat me like that. I don't know. Like, there's some where, what was it? I think my mom and her boyfriend got in like a bit of a spat, and she like kicked him out on the side of the road. Like, not while still driving, but she pulled over and she's like, you can walk home. Get the hell out. Like, oh, finally someone else.
I
Hello?
heard word that there was a podcast.
There is indeed a podcast. Hello, Retrofit. Hello.
Well, what up, everybody? I don't know if they could see it, but I got the Christmas Slammy little thing for the
Oh,
holidays.
they can see it quite well. You have a big white background. I know you're probably not seeing that because you're on mobile, but you have a big white background because of your mustache and your Santa hat.
It took over the red.
Yeah, took over the red. Why?
Yeah, I had to like. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, why is Lammy so fucking green? Like, her skin color?
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna explain. So it's mainly because I wanted the Santa hat to be noticeable, and when I tried in the normal color, it just blended in.
Right, right.
I was like, I'll just make her a little bit of a different color, and green's the opposite of red, so that kind of worked out.
I like it though. It's good.
Yeah, it makes me look like I'm a little elf man or something.
You're a little elfin. You're working for Santa, Manor, Clatter, Color. Oh,
And I see you got yourself a little what is that, a Christmas tree?
yeah, glad you were able to recognize it. It's a it's a Christmas tree, a pine tree, with some little glurp uh ornaments.
See, if I saw that on my tree, I'd fucking run.
Why? Just a little pine
Just
tree.
like a tongue and eyes.
Yeah, some tongue, eyes, bone.
Especially if it tries to lick me.
Listen, don't be so sensitive. Stop
Listen, I can't help it.
being such a fucking pussy. I mean,
Can't choose that life.
oh, oh. How are you, Retro?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Just I told Justy about this earlier, but I've been trying different emulators over the last couple of months. Been pretty nice.
Of course, we would never ever condone emulation, for it is very illegal. But
Okay, I already own Banjo Kazooie twice technically.
see, there we go. Now it's okay. But yeah, it's been very cool, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say? Like, I know you've tried a few emulators, but which is your favorite? So, even if it doesn't work entirely the best, which have you enjoyed playing the best?
Oh, probably Flycast.
Is it because of the Sonic Adventures?
Yeah, I had a good. Well, the second one I didn't have the greatest time with. First one was pretty solid though, I think.
Fair enough. Who's your?
Cause you know how. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, who's your favorite character from Sonic?
Hmm. Like just in general or in the game.
In general, I guess.
Like Knuckles, he's funny. He has the funny raps.
Yeah, that is true.
In terms of gameplay, I like Gamma the most because he's like a third person shooter kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, Gamma's the little robot, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the robot that commits seppuku at the end.
Yeah. Well, don't fucking spoil it, Retro. What's wrong with you?
I didn't think you're gonna play Sonic Adventure.
Well, you know, spoiling a game that came out like a decade ago. Come on, man.
How dare I spoil a almost 30-year-old game?
Come on, man. I think it's I think it's cool. Emulation's always fun. Get to kind of try out games you didn't originally have and or cannot play anymore.
Oh yeah, the coolest thing about it too is it even has like an emulated Dreamcast menu that I can go through.
Yeah, you can fully immerse yourself, I suppose.
Yeah. The only thing is like because it doesn't take discs, because it's a Vita, obviously. I don't get to like start up at that menu.
Yeah, you only get to peruse it, and then you have to start up the game a different way.
Yeah, it's kind of more like a for show kind of thing.
Just a little tease.
The easiest one to get working though is the GBA emulator, which it kind of makes sense, you know.
Yeah, 2D after all.
2D, sometimes really crappy 3D.
Have you played Wario Land?
I've been wanting to play that one. I should try that.
It's a pretty good little platformer puzzler.
It's got Wario in the name. I know it's gonna be good.
Got Wario. What else do you need, really?
Exactly.
What would you say is mm, your favorite game series currently? Would you say you are still in love with the older games that you usually like, or think kind of finding new ground to explore?
I think I'm starting to find new interests.
Good.
Like I still love Crash Bandicoot and Ratchet and Clank and yada yada, all the other ones.
Right.
But once you play it like 50 times, you've pretty much seen it.
Yeah. I know that you told me that you were kind of struggling to, find some sort of interest in your life because, you've already played the games that you enjoy uh, to such a degree. You've also 100%ed a lot of them, or at least,
Yeah, so there's like nothing to really go back to in that case.
yeah, it feels fleshed out fully, and even more so. Now it kind of feels raw to kind of play those because they don't bring you any real enjoyment. Or
Yeah, it's not like the new experience feel you get anymore.
yeah, and plus, I you also told me about the new Crash Rumble and how even something that used to interest you, which is the original Crash Bandicoot stuff, now its current game doesn't really even interest you either.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
will BRB real quick.
Alrighty. Okay, time to kill myself right now. Anyways, uh, I think I was on a relation. I don't know. It's so confusing to me that some people will just like. There's a big difference between working out through an argument, and being like, "Man, I'm gonna, I fucking hate this person. I'm gonna slit their neck open." Yeah. Oh no, I've kind of heard both sides of. I think people like to be in a relationship because they are alone, but then it makes me wonder, like, some people, I don't know, is it really that good to be together than alone just to kind of suffer through?
Are you talking about relationships?
Yeah, I was kind of discussing relationships and how I find them a little confused because, you know, I've seen some pretty shitty ones lately. It's like, I don't know, is it truly that bad to be alone compared to like, I don't know, I've seen relationships where people are fucking screaming at each other. Like, I don't know, it confused me, I suppose.
I've like in the past I've tried to get into that scene, a little bit, like into the dating scene.
Yeah.
But like my issue, right, is I'll like somebody and then the next day I'm like, this person's boring.
What the fuck? What do you mean by that?
I don't know. It's just like I'm like, oh, this person seems kind of neat, and then the next day I'm like, I'm not interested.
Is it like is it something that happens intentionally or is it just you're
I'm
like
not intentionally like, man, I fucking hate this person all of a sudden.
I was gonna say is it like that you try and talk yourself out of that feeling like I might actually like this person. Or
Yeah, no, I don't think I've had that experience.
that's for I think that's what a lot of Zoomer people experience nowadays. It's uh, inability to kind of be attracted to others that kind of way.
Yeah, I kind of look at it as why worry about having one person that's like, your main person, whereas you could just have a bunch of friends, you pretty much get not the same sort of thing from it, obviously, but similar.
That's literally what I was just talking about. I was saying that you know, for me, I don't really want to seek out a relationship, especially because all I really need is just a few friends, and I feel good. It's only when those friends aren't there, you know, when I'm fully alone, is when I start to feel lonely actually. But other than that, there's no real purpose to seek out just one special individual.
Yeah, and it probably also helps that, like you said, you feel pretty satisfied,
Yeah.
sort of being on your own.
I wonder if that's how it is for a lot of other young people, or if that's just because I think there was someone else like that, kind of our age,
Hmm.
that was also very much into relationship stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty out there.
Yeah. Huh. But it does make me wonder. I guess it's just the lack of feeling for that is what confuses me, I suppose, because I don't feel that kind of attraction towards someone in a way that, like, oh, well, it's okay if those people are screaming at me every day. I have an attraction of love to them. you know?
Yeah, I have a lot of issues because like whenever I see like couples being affectionate and all that stuff,
Yeah.
it makes me what do you call it? It makes me cringe.
Yeah, you feel awkward.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Yeah. I think it's the outwardly expression of love, maybe. Or, I don't know. I feel like there's, like, a good level, I suppose, of expression of love. Like, if someone's holding hands, or maybe they give each other a kiss, but that's about it. I think that's fine, but if they're just constantly begging for attention, like, man, this is kind of awkward.
Yeah, like if they're just making out in front of everybody.
Yeah, if they're making out in front of everybody, or if one person is like, "Hey, I love you, I love you, I love you," it's like, okay, it's kind of weird, kind of awkward.
You know what makes it weirder when they don't say it back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's a good situation. Oh man, that was always a fun. I like that.
Have you yourself ever been in a relationship?
Um, I remember when I was younger in elementary school, I dated, quote unquote, dated elementary. Let's be honest, no one dates in elementary. But I dated this one girl over the summer. She wanted me to fucking go out and, like, pick up trash at the park, or when I went over to her house to play video games, I watched her fucking play Assassin's Creed. We didn't even get to play the Portal 2 copy that I brought over. I was like, man,
Damn.
yeah, this is, like, weird. And I think I just ghosted her, and then we broke up by time it was time to go to middle school. So
Yeah, that was just that.
yeah, I would say that was the only actual one. I think I've been in a few online ones, but that was when I was younger, so I don't think it really mattered anyways.
Yeah, I've never actually been in one.
You've never been in a relationship?
Not even once.
Huh. What do you and it's something that doesn't really strike your interest, right?
Yeah, like I seem I think like with me, I'm the kind of person, right, that likes to seek out new experiences and meet different people, you
Yeah.
know? But then, it's like milking a cow, you know?
Yeah. Eventually you get a little dry from it, get bored of it, right?
Yeah, so I'll go to like different fan bases and I'll say, "Hey, how's everybody doing?" And then I'm not gonna say relationships, more like just friends in that regard.
Friendships.
Exactly.
Would I gotta ask, do you have like any dream kind of person in mind that you would want to date, or is it just like, there's nothing there?
I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there. It's a big world,
Yeah.
but I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, is the person you like interested in your things? What would be the dream kind of person?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question.
Fair enough. It's hard to kind of scoped out the perfect person, and sometimes it's even a detriment because no one's gonna be 100% what you like.
If anything, I'd say it's like, if anything, it's probably the opposite. I like meeting people that, we call it, have different interests or like different pieces of media.
Yeah, they're a little bit opposite to you.
Yeah, exactly. Because then I get to learn about that piece of media I didn't know about.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I like learning about new stuff, and then at least for me, I immediately start hating on it.
Ratchet and Clank.
Like, oh, that's a cool thing, and then I think it's what gets me with that is just the well, the repetition around it. Like I never had an issue with Ratchet and Clank. And then, I was around people who just talked about it all the time, 24/7. Still do to this very day, and it's shut the fuck up. I don't know.
And to be fair to you, I don't really hear you talking about Binding of Isaac too much.
Yeah, like I think it's very much you know, if someone asks about it, I'll bring it up. Maybe I might babble a little bit about it more than they asked, but I won't try and push it on everyone. But I've met a lot of people who, not just Ratchet and Clank, but um, other game series, maybe Time
Time
Splitters,
splitters.
Time Splitters, Time Splitters, Half Life. I don't know. It's interesting to see how people are with their fandom.
Kind of ironic that I've noticed like the chillest people tend to be the people that also made those porn arts.
Yeah. Wait,
I
what?
don't know if that community just like has more chill people or something.
Wait. They made what?
No, I'm saying like I know some of the people like who made like also made art,
Right.
even invited to the server. They seem to be the most chill kind of people
Oh
from the
yeah.
ones I've met.
They. It's kind of interesting that some people are just like that. I guess. What I guess it kind of is a different level of degree, but how do you feel about people who are obsessed over, you know, fandom or a certain kind of thing?
I don't understand how people can do it because, at least for me, I get bored pretty quickly if I think about one piece of media for too long.
Right. Do you think that's a little contradictory considering how you were a few years ago? Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
that's fair enough. But
Then again, none of us are the same person we were a few years ago, technically.
that is true. I think we've changed quite a bit, you know.
Yeah. I mean, some people don't change, that just happens, but I would hope that I changed for the better in the last couple years.
I think you changed to good, you know? Not to say that my opinion should be held in high regard, you know? Not like, well, you've upgraded quite well in my opinion. That's good, but if you upgrade in a way that is different from what I like, then that's bad.
Yeah,
Everyone
all of a sudden I'm terrible.
exactly. I think it's been it's been nice to kind of see how all these people I met have grown and changed in different ways.
Yeah, you got like a whole little community here.
Kind of, I don't know. I kind of wish I had more. What I mean,
You wish you had more people?
yeah. I think maybe it's a little selfish to say, but I don't know. I have this kind of ideology that without fresh blood, everything kind of gets stale. What I mean,
Yeah, like new people.
yeah, new people need to be coming in order to not have everything burn stale and stinky.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I said about like meeting different friends. You want to sort of, maybe not friends, but you want to sort of meet different people.
Yeah, exactly. Well, be able to meet them and to see what their opinions are on things, see if they may have similar interests or opposing
What their
ones.
tism is.
Yeah, see what thirtism is, you know. Kind of why I had that whole day where anyone could invite anyone they wanted, but no one really invited anyone.
Yeah, I learned my lesson from doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd still say that was an experience. It was a bad one, but at least you I
I learned
guess
from it.
yeah, I guess we both have our different things that we took from it, But for me, at least, it kind of finally revealed a whole lot about the people I was around, and you know, I can appreciate it for that.
Where I don't really feel like I really got much out of it.
Yeah, you feel like you were kind of gypped, you were robbed of it. You've kind of spoke on it before that you feel like you wasted so much time when you could have been doing many other things.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not even to like the fault of, those people.
Right.
It's just I was putting effort into something that other people didn't want to put effort into.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah, it felt like I was wasting my time.
yeah, you felt like you know, you felt like you were kind of keeping it alive when in reality no one else was trying to support either.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I didn't really look at it like that, but I can actually see that quite a bit.
Yeah, I would say take your own perspective from it because our situations are a little different, but if that helps a little bit, hopefully.
Yeah, at least makes me realize that, you know, at least in terms of me, I may have come out a little bit better and been like, oh well, no, it's whatever, it's an but I can much more clearly see your point of view that, for you it was probably a big loss of time and effort.
Yeah, especially for people I thought were friends.
Yeah. Have you made any new friends since then, or have you kind of taken a, you know, old Justy route, which is the no friends route?
I haven't gone on that route. I still have, friends scattered all around.
Right.
Like, I think you met him before because he's in one of the servers, Mills Art. He's
Yeah.
a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
He's into like vinyls and stuff.
That's pretty cool. Would you
And
say?
then there was kind of, I don't remember their name, but they like to do art and gaming streams, and I ran into them when they were playing Sonic, and I was like, oh, this is pretty neat.
It's actually pretty cool.
And they got like a whole cool little community from what I've seen.
Wow, that's like pretty nice. Have you kind of implemented yourself into the community, or is it more of like you're just a little bit of a stalker, or not a stalker? What is it? You
I'm
you
stuck
stalk
in them.
you stalk those people, right? No, but
Yeah, I don't think it could be called stalking if I'm like in there directly communicating.
yeah, but maybe like an outsider, I suppose.
I wouldn't say I'm an outsider. I've actually gone, maybe not gone to know, but I've talked to some of the different people and
Yeah,
they seem pretty nice.
fair enough.
I would say I'm in on it.
You're in on it. You're part of the big bang.
Exactly. What about you? Did you find any groups at all, or are you kind of going the sort of route where it's like, I'm not very good at this?
I'd probably say that. You know, I've been trying to reach out, but I think I don't know. I think something's broken in my. Just not good at being relatable to. Like I don't know
But
if it's a what is it? What's the other word for selfish? Oh,
narcissistic?
yeah. I don't know if it's a narcissistic behavior or not. I I just kind of find it hard to relate to other people's experiences. I don't know. Like if
Trying
you,
to think of what that's called because I think I've heard of it.
yeah, let me ask you this. Your honest opinion. Do I make everything about myself or anything like that? Cuz I feel like, that's what I try and avoid at least with meeting people or talking with people. I never try and make it all about me, but I feel like I might do. Oh,
It's kind of hard to determine because I'm not usually around when you're chatting with newer people.
right, but I mean like with you. Do I
With me,
yeah,
you're pretty good when it comes to like listening to my end,
right.
you know. And when you do, what do you call it? Say what's related to you, you at least make it related to the situation we're discussing.
Gotcha. Cuz I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm what is it? Indulging? That's not it.
Attention.
I'm a little attention whore. I guess I never want to have the situation be where I'm talking to someone and we're talking about the same thing, but I just, I'm talking more about myself than what I'm asking them. But I think that's
Tell you
also.
about my experience.
Oh, wait, what?
No, I'm doing a joke. Well,
Oh,
tell you about my experience.
let me talk about myself. But
Like, oh man, my dog just died.
oh yeah, well that's cool and all, but I have two cats. They're pretty cool.
At that point, that's just dickish. Like, oh yeah, got two pets.
Yeah, your dog just died. Well, let me tell you what I've been streaming lately, okay?
I've been streaming. It's like some game about dogs. I've been streaming for Rapper the Rapper.
Yeah. I think I don't know. So that's kind of what I'm struggling with. I think maybe sometimes I focus too much on other people. Like I make it all about them. Oh, I don't know. That
Right.
sounds like such an arrogant thing to say, but uh, I think if I don't include my own opinion or if I don't try and put myself uh, part of that, then it's like they're not even talking to me. I suppose.
Yeah, at that point, you just be a listener rather than you know,
Uh,
somebody getting in on the conversation.
More of a listener than a talker. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I think I think the past situation, I think that's probably what fucked me up, is that uh the past situation before with the previous friend group and all it was very much I guess I was very self-centered then, and now I've kind of been blown into the other direction, which is that, I don't try and include myself enough with something.
I guess if I could take anything from it, I would hope I've been a lot better with rages or getting angry.
Yeah, I think you have, you know, with the amount of
Yeah,
times that we've talked.
I can't even remember the last time I blew up.
Yeah. I think though, um I think maybe the rage you had has now developed into anxiety and paranoia.
Probably. I mean, the paranoia was always there, though.
That is true. But I think it's kind of like a scale. You, know? you may have lost the anger, but you've now gained the new ability to have anxiety and to be, you know, very nervous around others.
New ability unlocked. Depression.
New ability unlocked, retro unlocked, depression.
Yeah, that and I noticed I'm very sensitive to even a little bit of noise. I feel jumpy.
Right. I think someone might be out to get you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of those things where I know there's nothing out there, but my brain kind of is in that sort of fight or flight mode all the time,
Yeah.
where it's like keep on alert, always look around.
Yeah. I would say, there is something new I have noticed about you. I'm not sure I want to bring it up though because it may
I don't mind.
well it's more of like I don't want to bring it up because it may remind you of it in a way that you go back to it. You know what I mean?
Oh, i- if it's something I like, because I'm just laying in the bed, right? So if it's not anything related to that, I'm fine at the moment.
It's more of like a behavior. You know what I mean? Like uh, I guess I'll just say it. I I remember before that you had a very bad tick, but I haven't really heard it lately.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've still been having it, like little coughs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was just gonna say that I remember. I don't know if it was uh the last time we talked, but uh quite a bit ago, I remember we were talking and you had it really bad then, but today when we've been talking, I haven't noticed it too much, and I was like, "Oh, wow, it's actually really surprising." I wonder if he was finally able to kind of lessen that.
Yeah, I kind of came to the conclusion with the fact that the medications can only do so much, you know?
Yeah, you know,
It it takes some work on my end to sort of deal with it as much as it gives me anxiety.
yeah. I would definitely say that is the you know issue. I guess it's not really that much of an issue, but that is the kind of thing with medication is that it will only support you so much, and you kind of have to work on the rest of it yourself.
Yeah, like one big thing I've been trying to get better with, which I feel like I have, is like the door.
Yeah,
Because I used to feel like, oh, if I don't close it quite the right way, that's going to bother me. Now I just, close it quick, and then I'm like, okay, I closed it. Don't worry about it.
that's actually pretty good. Would you say it's very much like the less you focus on those things, the less they become an issue for you?
Yes, I would say for me, right, it'll bother me for like the first half hour,
Yeah,
but it's way more worth it than where on one hand I could be done with it like in half an hour.
right.
On the other hand, I could still be doing it in half an hour.
Yeah. I think that's really good progress, though.
I hope so.
Yeah. That's why I didn't really want to bring it up because I didn't know if it would kind of reactivate or I don't know entirely how ticks work. All that.
I don't even know if it is one or if it's just my OCD.
Gotcha. It might be an OCD kind of thing. It might be, you know, making sure you have a clear throat or that your lungs are something. I don't know. I'm not too smart.
That's the weird thing I've noticed with it is it's like I don't really like the actions I do. I don't really do them because they make sense. You know,
Right.
I almost do them because it's almost like a way to shut up my brain. You know,
Yeah. Way to kind of keep your brain active.
maybe not that, but like just kind of like if you don't do this thing, something could happen to someone, kind of thing.
Yeah. Understand.
Which that's some of the paranoia too.
A little bit of the paranoia. In. Fun.
Yeah, like at night when I have only one of my things on, I'll like turn on my phone light to look in the closet because for some reason my brain like thinks that there's like something out there, you know?
Right. Something coming after you or something, keeping an eye on you and all that.
Yeah, and for context, I don't know if I've told this in a podcast before, but um the reason I don't like the dark is because of my dad.
Yeah, I remember
He,
that.
yeah, he used to do a thing where he's like, "I'm boogeyman. I killed your father."
Yeah.
Then he grabbed me, and then only then, after I'm screaming, he's like, "Oh, I'm just joking. It's your dad." I was probably like 4 or 5 then.
Do you know, I was gonna say that, you feel like that has affected you deeply, like a few years ago, you know, you never really brought it up, but I don't know if it affected you then, but do you think it's something that you've kind of remembered it now affects you?
No, I've kind of always been pretty bad when it comes to the dark.
Right.
The only thing that, like, from all the different things I have that seems to have been later developed is the OCD.
Yeah.
Because I didn't notice that until like high school or middle school.
I'm sure that noticing it kind of you know, only made it worse, I suppose. Like, you know, you were much more, I don't know. I kind of feel like OCD is something where, the more you focus on that certain thing, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of forget. Did you think you were the one who talked about it? Did you watch like the Mandela series or something?
Um, the Mandela effect?
Yeah. Or
I don't think that was me, but I have seen some stuff about the Mandela effect.
yeah, I was gonna say that you know, if you watch that, I think what you I think it's very scary because they have a
Why
lot
is
of
that?
it's kind of a very spooky series, and I know that they have a lot of scenes that have like you know faces or human looking things in dark areas.
Hmm.
But I
I
was just
remember
trying to
that kind of makes me remember some weird stuff I've seen on TikTok. Like I saw this one, like it's complete crackpot theory,
yeah,
but something called quantum immortality.
that all about.
Yes. So basically, it's completely a theory, completely crackpot, but some people believe it. It's basically the whole thing about is it believes that there's different dimensions, right?
Yeah.
And that once you die in one dimension, your subconscious goes to another one. So you live in the dimension where you get old and die, basically.
Yeah, Pretty shitty. It's like the
Right.
dimensional merge with Chris Chan.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Because he kind of believes that he's supposed to be in Quickville.
Yeah, or that his father reincarnated into Robert and
I think that's
or
pretty.
Robert Chu.
I feel like that's kind of like a fun time. I mean, gotta be somewhat
I would
fun.
say as long as it's not like hurting anyone, unlike with his mother, then I don't see a big deal with it.
That's fair enough.
Like
You
if they want to call themselves Jesus Christ, it's like okay.
that is true.
Like it's weird, but
You ever feel like you know? You ever feel like you wish you were like that? You know, were able to just be that carefree.
um no, because I'd probably make a lot of stupid mistakes if I was that carefree.
But if you're already in that mindset, then would you even notice your mistakes? You know.
That's why I don't like it, because I know that if I was in that state, I wouldn't notice it.
But if you're in that state, you would notice it. Therefore, you wouldn't care. Therefore, sorry, I was thinking about it.
Oh
Basic,
no, you're all good.
basically, it's I suppose there's some kind of I don't know what to call with it. Basically, it's kind of like if you were a dog. If you're a dog, you don't really care about much except for you know relaxing stuff. But
It's a pretty simple life.
yeah, you got a simple life, and you don't really think about much more than that. Intelligence is quite a distraction. I can't remember the saying of it. It was something to do with intelligence that it's quite a burden to be knowledgeable about everything.
Yeah, because if you think about like generally, right, intelligence is what makes humans, ironically enough, the most dangerous animal out there, technically.
Yeah, it also makes humans very self-aware, which a lot of animals kind of lack. You know,
Yeah,
being
so it makes it even worse when you got like, serial killers out there.
yeah. Do you ever wish you were a serial killer?
No,
What would your
I
name
would
be?
never hurt a fly. Actually, I might hurt a fly.
what
But aside from flies,
what would your name be if you were a serial killer?
hmm, I gotta think about that one.
Retro the Rusty Killer uses a rusty video game disc that slit open his victims' throats.
See, I just thought of a really bad one.
What?
So the R word.
Oh.
Then I was about to say it, but I'm like, wait a minute, I shouldn't say that for YouTube.
I mean, you can say it. You
Rape Roven.
raped Roven. But that's just the rapist. Not like you're serial killing. Serial killer.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Retro, you got your
I don't know
mind
what
so
I'd
right.
be if I was if I had that name.
I don't know. Feel like want to ever meet that version of you, killer?
Probably not. I probably killed them.
Then you would become killer.
Listen, it's just a one
Yeah,
time.
I guess it would
And
just
it
be
was
a
towards
regular.
myself, so it's like the like the self
Oh
masturbation thing.
yeah, I
Like
remember that.
technically, I'm only killing myself.
I still believe in that. Okay, this makes sense. For everyone that doesn't know, uh, I was doing a stream a few years ago, and it was probably the craziest stream of all time because I was just asking a lot of weird questions. But one of them was, you know, if you have a clone of yourself and you have sex with them, is it masturbation? You know, and it's a one-to-one clone. So, I'm just saying. I think it is.
And then I know like other people are saying no, that's incest or something.
Yeah, I think I can't remember what it was. I think some people were saying that it was gay or something, and I don't think
Oh
that.
yeah, that was the argument. You're like, no, it's not gay because it's myself.
Yeah, I guess it was if you have sex with yourself, is it sex or is it masturbation? And if it is either one, is it gay or is it not? I don't think it is.
I guess it would be narcissexual.
I don't know. It's I there's a lot of people that are like that, very narcissistic that they wish they could have sex with them, but I still think clone theory holds out. It's a
I liked how in that same video you like had two PNGs of your actual face.
yeah. Two
That
PNGs
that
just
was
kissing.
clip. If that was on Twitch, that would have been clippable material right there.
Man, I kind of missed on you.
You're not really missing too much, to be honest.
Why?
Because I've tried to stream on YouTube and there's really not much to it.
Yeah, but I feel like I met so many people through that. You know, not a whole lot through Twitch. I mean, I've met a few through Twitch, not a whole lot through it.
I guess it's worth a try.
I don't know. I feel like I'm too deep in the Twitch hole. I feel like uh time to stream on YouTube passed.
Yeah, plus you got like so many like little sounds and other features on Twitch that you don't get on YouTube.
There's no channel points on. That's for sure.
Yeah, so it makes it less interactive.
I don't know, but then again, it's not like people on Twitch do too many interactive things. I don't know.
It's true. I I remember when you first joined Twitch, I was like,
Hello?
I remember I used to be really mad at that early on.
Yeah, it was because the streams were too high quality that you couldn't join them, right?
Yeah, too laggy.
Yeah, I always thought I was like, oh well, it has to be the best quality, but then I learned on that literally like only a few amount of people can watch at that kind of quality, that kind of FPS or not FPS, but you know the amount of frames.
The only people that could view it are the top 1% of the top 1%.
Yeah, sorry, very much alienated a lot of the people that was watching. It's because YouTube has the option where you can downgrade the quality if you want. Like, it could be 1080p and you can watch it at that if you want. But if that's too much, you can always go down to 720 and then 360 or the 480 then 60.
It's weird. Sometimes like that option is there on streams and sometimes it's not for Twitch.
I just don't get that.
Like for your streams, like most of the time now, that's an option. So I haven't really had issues there.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. It's I'll probably never go back to 1080p. But I do wish that I could go back to 60 FPS because I feel so sorry. Like for a lot of people, I'll be streaming a game, and on my end, it's 1920 by 1080 and 60 FPS, and I look over and it's 1280 by 720 and 30 FPS, and I'm like, man, that fucking sucks for those people. I don't know.
Like a lot of games from the PS4 era.
Yeah, exactly. I wish that you know I could emulate PS3 Ratchet and Clank.
Maybe one day. It definitely needs a lot of work first, though.
Yeah, a lot of work. Even though here's my conspiracy theory on that. Okay, it's that the PlayStation 3 is just, or not the PlayStation, RPCS 3 team. I think they don't want their money to run out, so that's why they're taking so long on fixing them.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
They're
because
like, oh, well, they're paying us money.
if they convert all the games into being playable, then you know they're not going to be able to get any more money from Patreon or wherever they're earning it from.
Yeah, because why'd you pay someone that's already fixed it?
Yeah, exactly. Let me go. I want to go see that. Or PCS3 Patreon. Oh, rating a PS3 emulator.
Whoa.
I don't know if this is the same one. Neko Tequina. This about their PCS3. That yeah, I guess so. $2,272 a month.
Jesus.
I don't even know if that's true. Maybe. Oh wait. Let me go click on it. Yeah, that is their actual way of doing it. But yeah.
Makes me think of how PPSSPP has their own little premium that's just the PlayStation Plus logo.
they
Like your thing's not even official. You can't do that.
yeah, I've never understood people like that. Like I don't know, I can understand websites, wanting to be like, well, we got to make sure that, you know, our servers can stay up and they have to be paid somehow. But a lot of these places, a lot of these people are like, yeah, we are making something that is able to play games illegally. Give us money if you want the good feature.
Yeah, if you want us to break the law a little more,
Yeah, if you want,
give us some money.
if you want that good shit, give us your fucking money.
It's like a drug deal.
Perfectly fine with that.
You want the emulation of Tomodachi life? Gotta give me the goods.
But that Jack and Daxter Lost Frontier,
Oh,
give me fucking, give me that fucking money.
give me those fucking orbs.
Yeah, video games are cool. I like them.
I've played them since I was 3, so I love games.
Do you ever feel like you don't love games? Is there times where you're like, man, I'm just kind of bored of these video games?
Sometimes, yeah, but that's with anything I do. I get kind of bored of it easily.
That's fair enough. Do you have ADHD?
I have no idea.
You
I
do.
know I was given medications when I was a kid for ADD. I don't know if that's related or not.
Attention deficit disorder, something like that.
Yeah, something about me not being able to pay attention very well.
Let's see. ADHD versus ADD. Uh,
Then again, I haven't had medications for it in years, so I don't think I have it. I probably don't.
so ADD is the outdated term for what is now called ADHD. So
Hmm.
maybe you do have it. Maybe, you know, maybe medicine.
Oh, we'll add that to the list.
Let's see if any of these apply to you, Uh, there's inattentive versus hyperactive slash impulsive. Okay, so, um, would you say you are easily distracted?
No, if I want to focus on something, I can.
Would you say you struggle to learn new information?
I love learning new information. I'm usually pretty good at holding on to it.
Would you say you resist tasks that require mental energy?
Sometimes.
Uh, would you say you regularly lose your belongings?
Um, that feels like something that happens for everybody, but yeah, sometimes.
All right. Then let's see what else. Uh, Here's the other side of it. Do you squirm and fidget?
I'm a little bit fidgety, a little jumpy.
Would you be described as on the go?
Mm, I don't know what would be on the go, like ready to do something.
I suppose so.
Not too sure. I know I like look around a lot.
Uh, Finally, do you have difficulty taking turns?
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't
Oh,
understand all
I
this
think
question.
this is for
Do I
children.
do I have difficulty taking
Yeah,
turns?
I think this is for children.
It's my turn, Justy. It's my turn.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's a there's a bit of a mixed one. I don't know. There seems that I guess it's either you're inattentive or hyperactive, or maybe both of them. Not
Yeah, I'll just say knowing about that for the doctor or something.
yeah. I don't
I'm
think
not too worried about that.
I don't think I have the sleep issues, sensory processing problems, self-esteem impacted, executive functioning impacted, a high rate of co-occurring mood disorders, working memory impact. Man,
I've never heard of working memory impact.
I don't know what the fuck that's all about.
I gotta look that up now because I'm kind of curious what that even means.
Yeah.
Working what impact?
Let's see. Working memory impacted.
Working memory impact. Individuals with poor working memory tend to have trouble planning, organizing, and carrying out daily chores such as running errands because it requires mental formulating a quote unquote to do list organized by the time and location. Study skills may also suffer.
That you?
Eh, it's hard to tell because, like, with a lot of these, like, things, like, if you, like, cough a certain way, they're like, "Oh, that could be a sign that you have this thing."
Yeah, that's what I absolutely dislike about. Like I like you know what is it? I like psychiatry and all that, or just mind stuff. Uh, but a lot of this just seems like general stuff that happens to a lot of people. you know?
Yeah, like, for me, I didn't wanna say, "Oh, I might have this." I wanted to wait for you call it the doctor or psychiatrist to.
Yeah, I think a lot of people self-diagnose and all that. Know what actually has. They just label that as themselves.
Yeah, like, when I told the doctor about, like, different things that happened in my life, he did agree that I might probably have PTSD
Yeah,
because I think what happens is because like, when I was little, like, my mom, she used to yell a lot,
yeah,
and I think that's what makes me very sensitive to louder noises.
yeah. Love no. Here's a
And then, like the thing with my dad too.
yeah. How you would hear you dark.
Yeah, exactly. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I found another dual will uh ADHD and depression mixed
Oh,
sleep issues, appetite changes, self-esteem impacted, efficiency impacted, uh, psychometer agitation. I don't even know what that means. Negative beliefs about self and world, difficulty with focus and concentration, higher rates of substance abuse, time perception impacted, higher rates of GI issues, rejection, sensitivity, muscle tension, restlessness, irritability, and indecision.
See, that's like so many freaking.
Yeah, that's so many. Like, how can you, how can you even be sure about that? You know,
That's like saying if you breathe air in the morning, you probably have cancer.
what's that? You drink water? Well, I guess you're a rapist.
You got AIDS.
You got AIDS and you're a rapist. Oh no,
You got AIDS from raping the water.
AIDS from raping the water right into your mouth. I don't know. It's just kind
Yeah, I think like because like I think that's the issue with a lot of people is they like to self-diagnose. You know,
of, yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh,
and then you got people who are like, oh, I'm so OCD.
OCD special. I've
Yeah, like they'll make it like part of their personality or something.
I've seen a lot of people just absolutely like how much they hate that. Like what was it? I know that Charlie and I don't think Ben talked much about it, but I know Charlie is like, is it normal for people to put that they have autism in their profile? That they have autism, I guess.
I'm not too sure. That is kind of odd, definitely though.
Yeah. For me, I
Like,
oh sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say for me, like I don't ever put I have OCD and PTSD in my profile
Yeah, that's fair enough. I
because it's too much sharing.
Yeah, it's too much sharing, and there's really no need to bring it up unless something around that occurs.
Right.
For me, I don't know. I always try and look at the best side of it. So for me, I'm always all like, oh, it must be people wanting to warn others that they have that. To kind of have a little lookout, I suppose, and be like, oh, just letting you know I have autism, so I might bite you. I
Like come out of your screen and bite you.
come out of the screen and just fucking chomp on your flesh.
That's how the flesh pile was made.
Man, I wish the flesh pile was really cool.
You'd be best friends with it.
Probably fuck it.
Jesus.
What? What? What's the matter, huh?
See, I'm starting to think that you're just a fucking machine at this point.
I'm just insatiable. Oh, I'm so lustful. Oh.
What's insatiable mean?
Um, basically means that as I guess it's more used like with hunger or something like that. Like when you don't eat a whole lot, or no, sorry, when you eat, to the point where you're content, like where you feel full, you'll be satiated. But
Oh,
insatiable would probably mean like even though you just ate 3 turkeys fully, you're still hungry. You are insatiable. You know what?
still hungry for that flesh.
Let me go look it up. Let me go make sure I'm not talking out of my ass. Insatiable of an appetite or desire, impossible to satisfy. There you go. Really was so
Oh, so
freaking
it's like there's no perfect fix for it, basically.
yeah. Or here's another of a person having an insatiable appetite or desire for something, especially sex. There you go.
Yeah, so that's like the sexual version of that then.
Yeah, you can use it for both food and sexual, any kind of like anything really.
Yeah, it's like a general term.
Like if I was writing a book, I could be like, the man had murdered 5 children, yet he was
He was so
insatiable.
insatiable.
He needed more to murder. I like it.
Yeah, that would kind of fit within that regard.
Yeah, it's you know, good, especially with when it refers to the flesh pile.
Yeah, Flepfile is a pretty creative idea though, making it like a bunch of weird organs inside a gooey thing.
Yeah, I kind of like it. It for me, it kind of. I don't want to be cringe retro. I don't want to be cringe, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do it. It feels like a part of me. Feels very attached to it. Feels very much how I feel.
It's like your online persona.
Exactly.
You know how people have like personas? That's your flesh sona.
My flesh sewn everybody. I don't know. There's something about it. Just kind of cute. You know, something
Oh, a
relatable.
little quirky.
Something a little bit relatable to the flesh pile.
Yeah, and as you know, I've changed my PFP a good amount of times over the years.
Yeah, you were the little robot from Ratchet and Clank. Quite a few.
No, Jack and Daxter,
No, no,
actually.
no. I know my games, please. No,
And
yeah,
then I think I made it like the funny Ratchet smiling face.
yeah.
And then for a brief period of time, I made it Klonoa. And I was like, you know what? My whole thing's red, so I should pick a red character. Then, like, you know what? Funny Lammy face. I'll use that.
Funny Lammy face. Now, when
And that
people,
mm, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now when you're in a call with people, they think you're a girl because that's a girl. You have a girl as a profile picture. Ha ha.
I mean, don't a bunch of dudes already have
That
that?
is true. There's a lot of people who have anime girls profile picture.
Yeah, I've seen that in so many servers where it's like it's like a ooh looking anime girl PFP,
Yeah, I
and then
think
like and then the bio's like, "Hi, my name's Jim."
I think Zerber has a picture of an anime girl for his, but
Oh, does he? I haven't checked his account in a long time, so
yeah. Uh, but yeah, that's I think everyone has their own kind of attachment to whatever they have as their profile picture. I know I used to be Chowder because I thought that was one of the greatest cartoon shows, but then everyone thought I was a little kid, so I changed it.
yeah, I guess that is like the one thing. I guess with me is like everybody's gonna think I'm a woman from the get go because of that.
You know what? I've kind of noticed something. I think
What's that?
I think there's been a decline in people ever since I changed my fucking profile picture. Like I'm gonna be honest. Now that I'm thinking on it, it was a long time ago since I had the fucking Chowder profile picture, right?
Yeah, it's
I
been a bit.
I kind of feel like me being like a little fucking flesh thing makes people so disgusted or something like that. I think this whole time the reason why people don't want to fucking interact with me is because I changed my fucking profile picture now that I think back on it.
They like look at the stream, they're like, "Oh, this could be a cool stream," and they're like, "Oh, that's their profile picture."
Like, have you seen the intro to this podcast? Have you watched a podcast video?
I've seen like where the intro's like,
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like flesh just kind of separating and all that. I remember showing that over in the fucking Hagrid Discord call. There was like 3 people who were like, "Ugh, okay, I'm gonna not watch that." Like, what? I think I'm just now realizing though. that I don't think people like the fucking the fucking flesh creature, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind it too much. I think it's got a unique look to it, but I could see why other people are like, ugh.
What do you mean you don't fucking mind it too much? Are you saying that? Or are you saying that you're disgusted by it as well?
No, I'm not really disgusted by it per se.
Okay, all right. I just,
I
I
just say very when I say I don't mind something, I just mean I'm neutral.
right, right. Okay. I,
Like I don't love it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I don't hate it.
yeah, you're not disgusted by it, right? You're not like, ugh, gross.
Nah, not really. I mean, I've seen enough fucked up shit to where that kind of stuff doesn't bother me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the issue. I think that might be, and the worst part is that, you know, let's say I do try and rebrand, right? I'm like, oh, okay, let's try and a different profile picture. Good fucking luck. I've basically made everything around my channel. Like, look at all the fucking YouTube thumbnails I've done with the little flesh thing in them, you know?
Yeah, you're stuck with it now.
I'm fucked. I just fucking realized that everything is. I think that's why a large amount of people fucking don't want to interact or anything like that.
If it makes you feel any better, even with my like Lammy profile picture, I never really was able to get much people with it.
Okay, as
It's a girl character too.
yeah, as long I it's a bit of a weird thing to say, but it would make me feel a lot better knowing that people just don't interact with me because either I'm too boring or because I'm I don't know, I'm just too much of a weirdo rather than my profile being an issue,
Yeah, that would suck if that's like and it would also be kind of dumb if that was the reasoning by people.
right? I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm just thinking of it wrong, but I feel like there was at least a decent amount of people that would, watch my stuff before the whole flesh thing.
I'm not too sure. It's again, it's been a while since you've changed it, so
And it's been a long while, so
and if you think about it, you still got new people every so often.
every so often. I gotta remember when the last time someone new was on my, or someone new did come into my server. Which, oh,
I know some new people kind of popped in like a week or two ago.
yeah, but really, was it the Hagrids? I think it was the Hagrids actually. I think it
Probably
was,
was.
and they don't fucking do anything. They just sit and rot like everyone else.
Sometimes they'll join your streams and say, "Play this, play this."
I will say, I will go ahead and wrap this up to the point that, I do appreciate the people that are on my server and who do interact with everything. I know that I tend to just bitch about like, well, I want more, more, more. But, I do appreciate the people that actually interact on my server, like you and Ben and Shinlar and Charlie and all the good.
Yeah, it's like it's well, if you get more people, it's like sacrificing having that close connection with different people because then it's just a bunch of people, you know?
Well, fuck these people. I want more. I'm done. I'm done being personal with people. I'm done putting my heart out there for it to be fucking crushed. That I want more, Retro. I want more.
More. Give me more.
I just kind of wish that, no, maybe I think this is probably the most greediest thing, but I guess I would just want like one person that can connect with me on like an art level, like someone who also likes to do Blender stuff or something.
You haven't met people like that before?
No, I think there's only two people that do Blender actively. I know Schindler does it, but he doesn't ever like share what he does. But I know that Halavin is a Blender person. I kind of taught him a little bit about it, but he doesn't do Blender things with me. And then I know Zerber does Blender occasionally, but no, he does his own kind of stuff. I don't know. I just want
Yeah.
another artist, you know? That's all I want.
What you could always do, and I know it's hard, is you going Picardo, right?
Yeah.
You just browse through streams, say hello to people, might make some friends out of it.
Oh, but retro, I don't want to put effort into actually trying to meet people.
See, that's a double-edged sword, you know.
Yeah.
You want to meet new people, you do got to put effort into it.
Why is it that I have to fucking go meet people? You know, because you gotta think about like this. If everyone else is like me, right, and they're waiting for someone to connect with them, why is it that I have to be the fucking? This is bullshit.
I mean, I usually have to be the one that first joins groups too.
God damn it, bro. You're supposed to be my little fucking handyman. You're supposed to be able to tell me this is how you meet people quick and ready.
Just say meet people quick and easy. Join the join a random stream and comment hello.
I I think the issue with that is that I've kind of tried that before. Just never works out. I don't know.
Like it makes you feel uncomfortable.
It's like I think we can even wrap this all the way back around like the very beginning of the stream, not the stream podcast. It's that whole inability to connect with others. Like it's very difficult for me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's definitely odd, but
I'm a little fucked up person.
not like the other girls.
I like it. Like I don't know. I see that like you talk about something that you posted, you're able to like relate to the people who talk about it as well. Damn, fucking wish I could do that.
I would say an accurate term is I'm not the best when it comes to starting conversations, but when there is a conversation, I'm pretty good at keeping it.
Yeah.
Does
I don't
that
know.
make sense?
I'm I'm just good at like being too fucking knowledgeable. Maybe that's the issue. I view myself as a fucking. No, I'm not saying I intentionally view myself as more intelligent than others, but I do have that tendency to be like, let me make sure that
Cops
these.
don't care about your feelings.
It's more of like what is it? I want to make sure people understand what I'm discussing or stuff. It might feel patronizing.
Yeah, because it maybe to you it like sounds normal, but maybe to other people it could sound like you said, kind of patronizing.
Yeah, I could be like, oh yeah, and bacon is something that comes off of a pig, comes off this part of
Like,
the
yeah,
pig,
well, yeah.
and people are like, dude, I fucking know what bacon is. Shut up. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to connect with others and socialize.
Would you say that's something you have difficulties with?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's a big issue. I think I'm getting a little bit better because you remember how I was, back in the day being very, all about me has to be all about me, but I've,
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah, I feel like I've a little bit, but still not there.
Well, I would say as scary and awkward as it might be, the best thing to do is exposure, you know?
It's true.
It it may not turn out well, right? But what do you got to lose? You don't know those people. If they don't like you, then yeah,
It is
find
true.
another group. Like that's what I do. It's like, you know, I never really had a person that didn't like me, you know?
Right.
But like, I'd be like, oh, I'll find another group kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess I gotta work on that and just put myself out there and try and be the best person I can with people.
Yeah, and that, and like I like to go on different Discord servers and say hello.
So basically, what you're saying is I should go on different Discord servers and post gore videos.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I
Best
wonder.
score.
I
You know what's
wonder.
disappointing? I heard best score got shut down.
Oh, it did. It absolutely did. But they have a new website called
No way.
bestscore.fun.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they would call it that. It ain't fun at all.
what are you talking about? It's super fun.
Super fun to watch people get beheaded. It's kind of fucked up.
I'm not gonna watch any of the videos, but I looked it up, and the first thing I see is my husband isn't home. Want to chat with me? Question mark.
Oh no. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got. I'm not gonna look at the actual videos because I'm not a big gore guy, but I'm gonna see some of these titles.
Just I'll see.
Oh, that's already pretty yikesy. Nazi death camp for Jews. One day
Yeah.
ago.
uh,
Jesus Christ.
there's some pretty.
Jewish guy beheaded.
He beaten and burned alive an old lady.
Me too, you burned it
Pretty
live.
burned and burned and kind of fuck. There's websites like this, you know, because it's there for people who are into that kind of stuff.
There was another one this was like back in the 2000s that I learned about, and it was like a cannibal website basically. I don't remember what it was called, but the archive of it's still around. I'm gonna look that up actually. Cannibal website. Like they got some creepy stuff when it comes to websites. Uh, that's a pretty funny name. Yes, we cannibal.
Like that. I always use these. I don't know. Sometimes I'll see a gore video only as like a reminder to myself of mortality.
Yeah,
Is a good reminder that not everyone free and dandy to live as they will.
can't seem to find the name of it. I'm wanting to look for it. It was like something to do with like flesh. I know, ironic. Eh. Maybe I gotta look up flesh website. You can talk about whatever while I look this up.
Okay, but yeah, it's you know I think websites like that are pretty crazy, but they're also a good reminder. I don't think it's for a lot of people, and I regret uh back in the day when I was all like, "Hey retro, hey other person, you wanna check out these videos?" You know, it seems kind of like a
Those best score.
yeah. Want to check out these best score videos, huh? Like probably shouldn't.
Oh, I found out what the website name was. Cannibal Cafe.
Cannibal Cafe. The what's the
I'll send you a link to it. That way you can become a cannibal.
Cannibal Cannibal Cafe backstory?
I'm gonna see if there's an archive. Cause like there's an archive in the website somewhere I remember seeing. Let's see.
I looked it up and there's a actual place you can the hamburger restaurant.
Oh, that's not the one I'm looking at.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you. Hold on. You can see what I mean. Of
what I'm looking at, it's in Vancouver, Canada.
course, it's in Canada.
Fucking Canadian. Did you know that Zerber fucking lives like all the way on the East Coast? I didn't
Yeah, he
even
lives in like the what are they called? Maritime provinces, I think.
I didn't even know that. I was like, holy cannoli, all the way over there.
The other Canadian I know is from Alberta.
Yeah. I know a Canadian. Well, Alvin.
Ooh.
He's from the same time zone as me, but I think he lives on an island.
But yeah, I posted the link in the chat there.
Thank you. I will sure to check it out, and I'll clap my hands real loud.
Wow. It's weird seeing like posts as old as like 2001 on the internet, you know?
Yeah, I.
Like isn't that weird to think that like stuff like this existed before me?
It is very interesting. Like I remember, what was it? I was playing a game uh, just the other day or last night. It's Shadow Hearts. It's like a 2000s game or whatever. Um, and I was stuck on one part, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just look up the guide real quick, or I'll look up and see what people were talking about." Um, and I was expecting at least semi-recent discussions, but it was like 15 years ago, and I'm like, "Holy shit, what the fuck?"
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just imagine it's
Oh,
about to be 2024.
oh God.
Oh, it's
I ain't looking forward to that year.
gonna be great though. Fantastic, you know.
Yeah, I love presidential election years. This is my favorite.
You love, oh, times that are crazy, you know. You're ready for food prices that go up, gas prices go up, all that good stuff.
I saw the stock market was surprisingly doing pretty good for the last week recently.
Good. Maybe everything isn't screwed just yet.
See, what do you call it? Famous last words, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see if it continues, because that's kind of how you know. Because sometimes it could be an outlier, you know?
Yeah. Stock market's very up and down. It's kind of like religion. You need a lot of belief in it for it to work, really.
Yeah, if people don't believe in it, they're not going to invest into it.
Exactly. The less belief that someone has, will everyone around them will lose even more belief in it, and then it just plummets. You know?
Yeah, it's like an endless cycle.
Yeah, just like be relying on that kind of form in the first place, not settled on concrete evidence.
I was learning too that like apparently inflation is the worst in my state, Florida, which is kind of ironic since my state's governor likes to be like, "Yeah, we're the free state,"
Free and
and
take
then
backs.
and then his state government passes like 6-week abortion bans and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
freedom,
free,
right?
very, very big freedom. Oh, you know what? That'd be good. A little political episode of Within the Flesh.
I
Talk,
can talk about how I hate.
talk about
That's it, just about how I hate.
how you hate. I think that would be pretty good. That's what most people like, anyways, is politics.
Let me tell you about why I hate my government official.
Tell you why. I think that schools should have guns.
Yeah, I think the school itself should be holding one
I think we should make a big, uh, giant gun, then a big giant mecha arm for the school to grab it.
for the school shooter.
How does it feel, Retro, knowing that your generation has to fix everything? Well, I say your generation, but I'm also part of your generation. How does it feel?
Not too good. It kind of feels like we got gypped, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel like maybe, uh, maybe not to the exact point, but do you feel like, maybe we will probably have to be the World War II type of generation, the one that has to go to war and pay the dues of everyone else?
It definitely seems like we might be heading into like some kind of recession in the future,
Yeah.
which I mean that's kind of similar to like what happened during the Great Depression.
Yeah. It's going to be really, really big.
Because I mean, in this economy, with like how everything costs and everything, no one wants to have kids.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Absolutely. No, it's, you know, the future is very rocky looking, very unsure. So, of course, people don't want to have kids.
And that's the thing that gets me. It's like it doesn't matter how much you work; it still feels like almost everything's unaffordable.
Yeah. It's very much that the older generation got a pretty big booster of a time. Um, Now everyone else is having to pay for it.
Yeah, like they were riding high, but then kind of like with what happened with the Great Depression, because what came before the Great Depression was an economic boom.
Yeah, that fuck.
Yep.
I think it'll be a fun time. Gets to it. I think it's great having to manage the small amount of food, not being able to afford anything. Great.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be pretty rough. I feel like.
Yeah, I think it'll be extremely tough to push through, especially uh, a lot of political people don't really seem to be wanting to do anything to fix it.
Right. It, a lot of people are kind of stuck in their bubble.
Yeah, it's it's kind of shit, but how it is.
Whereas I would say for me, and this might be filthy centrist talking, but I always I think most people agree on basic things, right?
Yeah,
Affordability, you know, safe streets, you know. What else? Freedom to do whatever.
yeah. I think everyone agrees on those. It's just how you do it.
Yeah, like I know, like some people's definitions of safer streets might be, oh, reforming the police or something or
Giving
something
everyone
else.
guns.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely.
We we all like, deduce the same problem. We just have our own solutions, it feels like.
I hate both sides. To be honest, I don't like either side. I don't like the left or the right. Both suck. Everyone sucks. You suck, Retro. I hate you. But I think that's a good podcast.
Yeah, that'll be a little teaser for a future one.
A little political podcast in the future. Is there anything you would like to say on the podcast before it's over?
Thank you all for having me on here. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Anything else you want to know? Anything you want to say?
Check
Something?
check out check out check out Retrovin on YouTube.
Fair enough. Well, Retro, thank you so much for uh being on my podcast. I appreciate it. I appreciate you're the only one who decided to come on the open podcast, and it kind of stinks a little because I even alerted everyone who has the podcast peeper role, and I guess not a lot of people. Who knows?
People are probably busy. It happens.
I'll just have to ban every.
But I'm glad that I was able to bring some form of communication and content in the end.
I always like chatting with. Always,
Appreciate it. Yeah. You seem like a fun person to chat with as well.
I'm horrible, but that is true. But Thank you so much. Okay, I'm ending the podcast right freaking now.